So what do you have to say, man? Do you think people of color are at a disadvantage?
I think like the point of view you guys are viewing it from is correct, but I still think, and on some level, yes, people of color are at a disadvantage.
Okay, so tell me, talk about it. What say you?
I think like yes, personal accountability is definitely the most important thing that should be taught. Don't get me wrong, I agree with all of you, but I still acknowledge that America was built upon a racist institution. It was built upon racist beliefs, and it
No, it
was built.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. You just didn't build anything. That's all.
Are you? What's what race?
You're acting as if it's their responsibility to build you an empire. Aren't you a man? Where's
And just
your
one real
empire
quick.
in West?
What's your race?
Wait, quick, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna let you guys continue with that, Nelly.
What's Dab's race?
Nelly, could you please run the live for me, Nelly, please?
Yeah, guys, just talk. Don't talk over each other. I don't like to yell.
Yeah, you're
No, go
acting like whenever you guys say that America was built on blah blah blah, you're acting as if it was a group of males. It was their responsibility to build you an empire and to build you comfort and to move you in here, give you great jobs, and treat you like a king. Are you on Earth? Where was your great empire in West Africa employing your
Bro,
people,
I don't get
giving
why
your
you're
people
crying when I'm not
needs?
done with my points.
Where
Why are
was
you
that?
crying when I'm
So
not done with my
so
points?
you were actually lucky. You were actually lucky that some way somehow you were able to get in to this great thing
I
that they were
wasn't
building
lucky,
here.
bro. I wasn't lucky.
That's
That
what
was
you need
that.
to be saying. Not this
No, I
nonsense
wasn't
about
lucky.
it wasn't built for us.
You don't know where I
We were
am.
building
You
for
don't know where I
ourselves.
live. Let me finish my points. You just shouted and
Wait, are
interjected.
you not in America?
No, but I'm saying he doesn't know. He just started yelling
No,
and
I'm
started
asking.
throwing his points.
Just ignore him. He just does that. I'm asking, like, are you in America?
But well, you guys should acknowledge he does that. Like, I tell him he's ignorant and wrong. It
Okay,
doesn't make him
we're
correct.
just gonna ignore that. I'm asking, are you in America?
I'm in Canada.
Okay, that's
Yeah, so could you explain? I want to hear your
And I want to
perspective.
know, before I even continue, I want to know, does he have all those views while being a black man? Is that the
Yes,
black man speaking?
African and my West African ancestors didn't build squat, right? So to sit here and act like some other man in Europe had a responsibility to build you something, I think it's embarrassing.
You're saying things I didn't say. I didn't say your West African ancestors did shit
You
because
said
you're
we
just
all know
capping.
America
You're
was built on
waffling.
slavery and blah blah blah.
I said America was built upon a racist institution. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. No, you're wrong. It wasn't.
Okay, then disagree with me and
And
shut
you
up.
know,
Let me
slavery had a
finish.
very, very
Shut up,
little
let me
economic
finish.
impact
wait.
as on the country as a
That's a
whole.
good point.
The South was
Is Canada
poor.
even American? Well, I'm not tripping. Is it a part of America?
Part of North America.
Yeah, it's part of North America. But
It's a
again, people have
sovereign
this fallacy that slavery was the building blocks of this country. There was a whole half of the country that was much more industrialized, much more wealthy. Much of the South was very, very poor. It's one of the reasons they lost the Civil War. They were picking cotton while people in the North were industrializing. We helped, obviously, to build the country, but the country was not built on the backbone of slaves. It's a fallacy. We should stop saying it. It's garbage and it's not true.
Facts, absolute facts. That's why I like being around people like this. The truth of the situation of America, they'll make you believe that we're just the slaves built the whole country and all that kind of stuff. What people don't seem to understand is slavery was a minute part of this country getting built.
You know, also, I
It's-
didn't
it's
finish
just
my
true.
point, and these people just interrupted me.
Yeah, so I want guys to finish this point real quick,
They
please.
didn't let me because, like, it's not a good faith argument. Like this Dabs guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and finish.
I'm
No,
sorry.
just we'll
I
come to respect.
I chose my words wisely, and this is how arguments go. I will say one thing, and you guys will just infer. I never said any of these things you're saying. I didn't say America was built upon slavery. I said America was built upon an institution called racism.
No, it wasn't.
And
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
even though
Liberty.
everything,
It was built
even
on
though,
liberty, civil liberty.
bro, you're just capping and you're annoying me. You just want to cap. If you don't want me to talk, remove me. Stop acting like a child. You're really annoying.
You know what's funny to me? You brothers from overseas and shit, y'all come in here and just tell us all about America. Like y'all know so much more about America than we
Exactly.
than what we go through. Like it
Exactly.
makes no sense.
Like
we-
this Dabs guy is Western African, and you
y'all
want to
trying to
just
tell us what our streets are like and what we're
Yeah.
going through with the white man and have
Exactly.
never spent time.
Have you ever been to the USA, guys?
No, guys that live in Canada, so which is similar. I mean, it's similar.
I
Stop
have
listening,
lived in the US.
stop listening to Joy Reid then, guys.
Canada is not similar at all. It
I've
is
been,
not.
I've been,
Guys,
I've been,
where's the
I've
West
been all
African
over
Canada,
Canada.
guys?
It's very similar in a lot of different ways. I mean, of course, it's different in others, but it's similar in a lot of different ways.
So what I was saying is, and like Snacks was saying, I said it would be very insensitive to completely discredit the experience of African Americans as a byproduct of the institution of racism. Like you want to yell, but you didn't experience the institution of racism. Your country wasn't founded upon it. It was founded
What are you
upon
saying?
colonialism.
Are you 613 or
I wasn't
200
speaking to
something
you. I
years
was
old?
speaking to Dab. I'll split it
But none
down.
of us experienced
just
slavery. That's the
said
whole point.
You just said
Like, none of us experienced it.
I kind of
All these European countries were directly built upon
This is the host.
racism.
Your family came from a whole nother country. You're as black as me, and the only difference between many of the blacks that are struggling in this country and you is the morals, the ethics, and the things that they instill. Were your parents married? Did they stay together?
Yes.
Okay. All of those things I said would lead any black in this country to success. A mother and a father. People who value education, value discipline, value morality, value responsibility. I guarantee you, a black couple in the ghettoest ghetto in this country, if they had all those attributes that your family had, they would be successful in this country.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's where the black excellence and the shit I love to hear. That's what I'm talking about.
Can I respond?
Or this or that, because when you go to our land in Nigeria, it's a SH, right? And there are 130 million people out of the 150 million in Nigeria that live
But
on less than
what
5,000.
I was gonna say is I spent a lot of my
So
life.
what he's saying is a bunch of nonsense. The only reason we're successful when we come here is because if we're not, that student visa is revoked. You go back if you're not passing your classes. 2, if you're doing anything and the law catches you, you go right back. That's the reason we're successful in America.
So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, all what you're saying is true, and I believe it does need to be preached. But I think it's very dangerous to invalidate the experience of Black Americans. And I mean specifically Black Americans who were descendants of slaves. Like, what I was reminding you is that the institution of racism won't just disappear. And I understand that, yes, you're not saying no one's oppressed.
It doesn't exist because you're
What
here.
are you babbling? Like what? Like
Bro.
the question is, what disadvantages are we at?
Gosh, can I go for you?
What disadvantages are we at? Like be for real.
There are no
What
inherent
disadvantages do we have in America?
there are no inherent disadvantages, but like I still feel like in the question of like I still feel more at home
Answer
in
the simple
Africa.
question. What disadvantages are people of color at in the United States? What are the disadvantages? I need a list, a bullet point. Just give me one.
So the incarceration numbers of Black people, are you saying it's just because of Black people are inherently violent?
Yes, that's exactly why.
You come in the hood, you see how many black people need to be in jail.
Oh, so all Black people are inherently violent.
All black people ain't in jail. The criminals are.
I see. So that has nothing to do with the
See, this is what
any of the precedent
guys, I
situation.
want you to understand something. You're in a panel right now with strong black people, right? And you got to understand something about strong black people. When you ever make us feel like we're below or inferior to somebody, we're going to take it as disrespect because we don't think that way. We think like we're the shit and there ain't nobody stronger and more superior to us. So when you say things like black people are at a disadvantage, black people like us who have that strong mind that every black person should have are going to take the things that you say and look at it like you think that somebody is above us and we're at the bottom of the barrel. Black people like us don't think like that. We got too much strength and too much humanity in us and too much strength to even agree with none of the shit you say. And we'll never think that.
Sorry.
Facts.
I mean,
I'm not ever gonna think like that.
So bigotry of low expectations. That's what that is.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you talk about like culture, it's fine. I agree with you. I'm Nigerian myself. I agree with the whole Nigerian culture, how it values education, discipline, stuff like that, right? And I see the differences between, I don't care if it's
Have you
political
seen
or
all the
whatever.
scams online?
I see the differences
all those
between
scams?
like African American culture and Nigerian culture. Like it's just a difference in culture, right? But
I
the
swear, I
problem
just wish y'all
is,
answer my simple question. What
I'm about
disadvantages
to, I'm
are
about
we
to.
at in America? Just answer it. Don't say nothing.
Okay.
Let people
Okay, so
respond.
sentencing.
Yeah.
I just did sentencing. Just one word, sentencing.
I just want one word.
Sentencing. I just did.
Sentencing, that's true because the grab score. You can only get a certain amount of time for what your points allow. If you do a crime, there's a certain amount of time. There's no sentencing. They don't give white people more time than black people. The only time that you'll see it like that, it goes down to whether somebody has a good paid lawyer or a public defender. A lot of times when you have a public defender, you take a deal instead of fighting it. And a lot of people who have money can pay for a lawyer who can beat charges that a lot of other people don't beat until they're actually in jail and they go to the law library and figure out I could have beat it then. Public defenders don't help you out as much. Now it goes down to finances. If you can afford those high priced lawyers, you're going to beat a charge that a person who's in poverty is not because he's going to look for the best deal. It's just the truth.
Just two things. I'm going to go back to what Mr. Snatcher said, but Vincent, did you hear what I said sentencing, right? That was the one word answer. Back to what Mr. Sack said. So, yeah, we can adjust for lawyers in a lot of these analyses. We can adjust for type of lawyer, we can adjust for type of crime, we can adjust for crime severity, we can adjust for the types of judges, we can adjust for the race of the judges, right?
They don't go.
Wait, go ahead, Victor, I'm listening. Dad was just talking. Go ahead.
I feel like sentencing is always something that black people go towards anytime these questions are asked. So let's just move on from this and give me another.
Why don't you, do you think sentencing is a bad argument? Or
I
you don't
don't
like it?
know.
It's a bad argument. It is.
Okay,
I didn't feel that way. So just go ahead and give me another
Okay.
example. We're gonna move past.
Okay, we can go to police stops. How do you feel about police stops?
More white people are killed than black people.
Why do you want to keep going past the argument? Like, these are strong arguments. I don't know why I'm just trying to say, wait,
How does police stop stop people?
That's kind of like
Keep going.
something
Richard, go ahead.
that really can't be talked about because I've never had a bad police stop. I mean, I've been stopped.
You don't have to talk about it. You can just look at the data, right? You don't have to be based on feelings. It's based on the facts.
But like I said, we just don't go past that. So give me another one.
So we went past sentencing. We went past policing stops. Do you want to look at police bias and force?
Listen, I just told you.
When I mentioned that they laughed at me,
No, see,
it was so funny.
I know, but I'm noticing that one past the point I'm making. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The police did that. The police.
Okay.
What is something else that we're at a disadvantage at?
Okay, so I brought you 3, and you wanted to move past them, correct? I'm just trying to get this right. Just trying to get this right.
Stop playing in my face.
So you were working.
You realize, hold on,
I gave you 3 different topics, and you instead of engaging with topics, you wanted to move past them, correct?
sentencing ain't true, but listen, you know that
Wait,
there's
why is
two-
sentencing not true? Why is sentencing
It's not true because I told you it goes down to lawyers.
And I'm glad we can adjust for that. We adjust for
All right,
similarly
well, listen,
situated. We adjust for similarly situated counterparts, meaning we adjust for people who also use.
Explain this to me. There's 220 million white
This person
people
is
in
already
America.
up. They're not
Do you know that there's 220 million white folks in America? They have way more cars than we have. There's way more white people getting pulled over in police stops than black people, statistically, any way you look at it. Just
You know
like
per capita means?
but think about it like this. Think about it like this.
Thank you,
There's
Dave.
way more. There's double the
You know
amount
per
of white
capita
people that's
means?
killed by police too.
Don't racist and
Do
people
you know
like
what
this.
per capita? Listen,
It's a common racist
Guys,
tactic.
we
I
have
love
to do
this.
one at a time because nobody
Please.
can understand anything.
Per
Please.
capita, thank you, Nelly. Per capita is just a simple way for adjusting for population. Hold on, Vixen,
No,
hold on.
because you do this
Talk-
every time somebody asks you something, Chuggy. I'm being so
I just gave you 3 different answers.
I'm
You
so
didn't like
tired of
them.
you with
Mr.
the
Snacks,
police. That's
listen.
your favorite argument, bro. Move
It's a
on.
good argument. No one has refuted it yet, right? Mr. Snacks, per capita is a great way to adjust for population,
So
right?
this is what's
So,
happening. You have $120,000 in your job, right? You are
anyways, Mr. Snacks, per capita is a great way for
you're training
people.
some STEM,
Just
and you're
keep the
doing
conversation
7 miles an hour over, right? But you have your registration, you have your driver's license, you haven't been drinking, you're not carrying anything legal in the car, and police pull you over because he saw your, of African descent face, and he decides to just pull you over, right? And you don't give him your legit insurance, your legit driver's license, and your legit registration. But instead, he just grabs you from the car, locks you up, and puts you in jail so that you can't make money anymore just because. You're telling me that's what happens.
Okay, just for context, everyone, Dual Dap said some racist genetics comment earlier. I'm not addressing what 30 was saying, right?
He's
Mr.
very
Snacks
racist.
refused.
You're
Mr. Snacks
racist.
refused.
Yeah.
I also told Mr. Snacks to shut
Everybody start talking.
Earlier today, I told Mr. Snacks to shut up, and I apologize for that. If he refuses to respond to
I don't
what I'm saying, that's fine.
listen, I don't
That's
accept
fine.
apologies from
I'm not going to go back and forth with Dual Dap.
This is
Mr.
getting
Snacks, per capita is a great way to adjust for the population differences in America. That's just one way we adjust for these things, right? And that, let me finish. Hold on, I'm going to answer your question. One way we adjust for these things is per capita. Another way, similarly situated counterparts, meaning we get 2 people who are only different in race, but not different in like things like income level, educational attainment. We also adjust for a lawyer, the types of lawyer. Do that. You're just going to talk, and I'm not going to respond to whatever you say. So it doesn't matter. So, Mr. Snacks, what I'm saying to you is, in the example you just brought to me, and it's a good example of how there are a lot more white people who are stopped than black people. Do you know what per capita is and how we adjust for that?
Yes, I know what per capita is.
Okay.
It's very funny that y'all want to use a per capita argument for this. Hold on,
Bro,
listen.
let him speak.
If cops are pulling you over, let's say for speeding, right? This is you speeding example. How did they know that person was black until they pulled him over?
Just one for grace me. I'm sorry. Just repeat the last part of your question. And lie after you.
It's simple. If somebody pulls a black person over for speeding, how did they know that they were black until they pulled them over?
Okay, this is a great question. I'm
Oh
thank
my
you for
God,
asking
can we
that.
move on from this? Like, I seriously.
Wait, Vincent, let me answer the question, bro. Like, these are good questions. Bro. Let me answer the question.
Are there black cops?
There is a study done that found that
No, answer the question, bro.
I'm trying to.
Listen, I'll say it one more time and then I'll let you
Okay.
have the floor. Okay, if somebody is getting pulled over, if a black person is getting pulled over for speeding, how did they know that they were black before they called them speeding, before they pulled them over?
They can see. Usually, typically, when you driving a car, your front driver window is not supposed to be tinted, so they can see through your
I don't
window.
know, because my mom window tinted and they can't see.
Wait a minute.
It's not supposed to be tinted. It's not supposed to be tinted. It's like
You realize what you're saying.
Go ahead.
You realize what you're saying. If a cop is looking at you and you're speeding, and you're telling me that it's not the speed that made me pull him over, it was the look that I seen that he was black, and that's why I'm pulling him over.
Because that's
Yes, man. I mean, listen. It's not like I'm just saying these things. The second you say, where did you get that? Wait. Okay. The second you say to me, where did you find that from? I have like 14 different things here.
Listen, do you know what I'm
me,
saying?
right?
Do you get what I'm
So
saying,
if
right?
you're saying, how did a cop? Why would a cop look instead of looking at you speeding? I'm saying that there's differential rates of change, meaning that black people are going to be pulled over for speeding more often than white people.
Are there black cops? Yes or no?
Wait, I agree that black people can be racist. Don't try to get that on me.
Okay.
I already think black people can be racist. Candace Owens exists. I don't care.
Because you're ranting at this point. So
Candace
Okay,
Owens
go ahead.
You know, let me ask you
Yes,
this.
yes, go
What
ahead,
you're
no.
saying is that the police happened to look in this window and they saw this man was black and said, "Ooh, black man, pull him over."
Yes, that happens all the time. Yes. There's obviously going to be whites. What's your reputation there? I'm not looking at the screen right now. I'm looking at all my sources in front of me that I have. I'm not looking at the screen. So what I'm saying to you, we can go into police bias as well. Wait, do that. You can talk, but like I don't give a fuck what you say. So anyway, okay. Somebody said prove it in the comments. Hold on. Somebody said prove it in the comments.
Nelly,
Okay.
Chuggy.
Okay, you're right.
I'm not trying to upset you. Why don't you finish, close your statement with land your plane in like 10, 20 seconds, and then dab, please.
Okay. I'm just gonna say the study. The study is called the Very Institute Reports of Unjust Verdict, Desperate Treatment of Black Americans in Criminal Justice. Goes over it goes over racial disparities and stops. It goes over racial disparities and sentencing. It also shows that there's no evidence of disproportionate racial. Okay, sorry, you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, guys.
So,
Thank you,
Chucky's argument is very simple. It's that we need criminal behavior to sustain ourselves. And when the police interfere with that, they're interfering with our only ability to make money. That's basically what his argument is. Because if you are a law-abiding citizen, right, that's being picked on by the police, even if they're picking on you, the 12-minute traffic stop is only going to inconvenience your life, right? It's not going to take away your $80,000 job or your $60,000 job or your $30,000 job, right? Because everything was in order. So what he's saying is the people who are actually getting caught are people in the criminal element. And because that's our economic means, when you police us, you take away our economic means. That's what he was saying. I wish he would just say that.
But this is the problem.
Because otherwise,
if anybody believes what he's saying, I can disagree. Honestly, it's not. This is not the space for me to be talking in. If you guys believe that that's what I'm saying,
don't make sense.
It's not the space for what I'm talking about. Do you believe that's what I'm saying?
No, this is what I'm saying. No, I don't believe. I don't believe that.
Okay, let's have a conversation.
What you got to understand is this. This is what irritates me so much about this. Black people like you who have this belief that there's so much things against us.
Go ahead, lay it on me.
You know, you are the kind of person that when somebody could tell you that 17 black children were shot in the daycare center, and you would be like, oh, damn, that's fucked up. But did you hear about the Karen that wanted to see my ID at the grocery store? Like, there's so many other things to worry about as a black person and the things that we're going through. But your three things that you had to answer Vixen with, you said sentencing, or what else you said? You said sentencing, police stops, and you didn't even say a third one. Like, when are we going to get to the point that there's bigger fish for us to fry than worrying about stop and frisk and stuff like that? That stuff is minute compared to the other shit.
Snacks, why would a police stop be disadvantageous? Like,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. If you're within the law and your registration is on point and your driver's license is on point and you're not carrying anything illegal, right? And all you did was break some process law, some traffic law, why would that disadvantage you in any way to get your
And you're going home.
Right.
Meanwhile, black people are
what I'm
shooting
saying.
through people's houses, and then meanwhile, black dudes are shooting through other black people's houses and killing babies and stuff. We don't get that no attention. But you're worried about stopping friction. You're worried about the Karens. You're worried about all that shit. Meanwhile, we're killing ourselves like savages, and you didn't say nothing like that. You didn't say that we're at a disadvantage because our neighborhoods and stuff.
Okay,
Let me say something. No, hold on, Chucky, hold on. No, that's okay. Mr. Stack makes an excellent point, and I'm going to give you an excellent example. So I live in a suburb outside of Chicago. During the July 4th weekend, there were 109 pew-pews, right? With 19 people being unalive. Did that make national news? Did you even know about that? Be honest. Have you heard about that?
No, it
One
wasn't
city.
popular unless it's white on black crime.
Sorry, was that a question? I was trying to let you speak.
Yeah, the question was, that's a question to you. Are you aware that that happened in 4 days? You didn't hear that, right?
No, I have not heard about that, to be honest.
I guarantee you, never mind if one white guy shot 3 black guys, it would make national news. But forget that. If there was some new virus that struck the city of Chicago and 109 people were infected in 4 days and 19 of them were unalive and one of those unalive was an 8-year-old, it would not only make national news, it would make international news. Why aren't we focused on that as opposed to what Mr. Snack said, that a white cop got a little bit more physical than he should in a traffic cop? Why don't you have as much energy for what's going on in our inner cities as you do for the so-called racism that cops have? That's just a question for you to ponder.
Oh, yeah, of course. So let me respond. There's a kid that died. I'm in Los Angeles County right now, not the county, but the city itself. And there was a kid who died the other day due to overdose. I obviously nobody here heard about that because it's local news, right? I'm not going to sit here and proclaim to you guys that I know what's going on in Chicago. I don't work there in Chicago currently.
But 109 people are shot.
Hold on, big dog.
That's different than one guy dying of an overdose.
Hold on, big dog.
It's not comparable.
It was a kid, right? It was a kid. So what I'm saying to you is I'm not going to sit here and compare tragedy, right? What happened there was tragedy, and I didn't know about it. And it didn't hit nationwide news, and it should have, you know. But what I'm saying to y'all is I tried talking about something different from policing. It didn't work. We didn't make any headway in it. I got frustrated and I ended up, cussing out one of the people on the family, which is wrong, right? So I tried doing that. Obviously, I wanted to go a different route. I wanted to go, when Vixen asked me the question, I was going to talk about.
That self-control is genetic.
See, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, right? But anyway, I'm gonna disregard it because y'all being cool right now, right? For the most part, y'all being cool. When Vixen asked me the question, I obviously talked about education private. It didn't work. I started telling Mr. Snatch to shut the fuck up. Obviously, it wasn't working. So I changed topic, right? I can talk about affirmative action. I can talk about education system, jobs, right? And I don't think whatever I bring to y'all will actually, you guys will take it in good faith, right?
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I asked, though.
I'm responding to DK. I don't know what's going on.
Just 1 second, guys.
He's monologuing, bro. Like, seriously, this is why I end up arguing with you, bro, because you're not listening.
This is the host. This is the host. We have a new member on the panel.
That is not a new member. Don't you even.
We have a new member on the panel, Ren. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm so beautiful.
How are you doing?
Hi, Elsa.
I can't say, hold on. I'm not allowed to say hi to you.
I don't know why.
No, Elsa. No, you're right.
Hey, so wait a minute. Before
I know there's a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters that don't like me.
listen, I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on you.
I don't give a damn.
Listen. It's all
Ren is in this panel. It's going to go to 11 in about a nanosecond. Just watch this.
Hold on. Listen, Ren. Where was my hug? How come you didn't hug me? I didn't appreciate that. I felt offended.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You gave everyone else a virtual hug in the live, and you didn't.
Did I? Because I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, anyways. Can we not make this awkward?
What's that you on the topic?
Hold on, I didn't even look at it yet.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
Yes,
ask
we are.
Chucky a question. I was asking him something before. You know, we're not gonna sit here and wait for her to read. Listen, Chucky.
It doesn't take me long to read that. I said yes. Yeah, I said
If I was asked-
snacks. You're not gonna interrupt me. I said yes. We are at a disadvantage.
Self-created, friend.
Was there a question for me or?
All right. What I was gonna ask you is, if I was gonna just ask you, just like in our community, in the black community, right? What is a bigger problem, drugs or racism? What would
Neither
you say?
education. Neither.
No.
Education.
You think in our community, what's the bigger problem? If I said drugs or racism, if I gave you those two to pick from, what would you say
Only
is the
those
biggest
two?
problem out of those two?
I don't even know.
Wow.
I guess like maybe.
Are you
Is that
serious?
hard for you to
Yeah.
figure that out?
Yeah, bro. I guess I'd probably say drugs.
Chucky, what about
Obviously, drugs.
What about Chucky? What about violent crime and racism, which is a bigger problem?
Okay.
Violent crime for sure.
So on the list of things we need to fix in the black community, racism to me wouldn't even be on my top 20.
Okay, that's because okay, I'm not laughing at you, bro. Sorry, I apologize. That's because racism is an underlying effect for all these problems. When you ask me if drugs or racism is a problem, I'm honestly trying to be in good faith here and be like, yo, okay, he's not asking me whether or not racism, like racist people are just coming in the community. He's asking me whether or not the drug epidemic in the black community is a bit Jewel Dab, shut the fuck up. Hey, go ahead, actually go ahead.
Because two dudes decided to play craps. One of them lost, didn't pay his debt. The other one goes looking for him with a pew pew, and somehow racism caused that. I get it.
Okay, anyways, so yeah, Mr. Snacks is
Do
operating
you know
good faith.
that 100 JCR said 109 shot in Chicago last weekend, all black people.
Mama, didn't you just
hear about that.
didn't you just get dropped from a panel for being a racist ass
Ren,
bitch?
I'm not talking to you.
Whoa, Ren.
Shut up, you racist.
You don't call it racist.
109 people
Ren, let her
shot
finish.
in Chicago last weekend, all black people. So
Okay,
why was it so hard? Ren, shut the fuck up.
Mind
Yeah, I'm
your
not talking to
white
this lady,
community.
bro.
Mind your
Mr.
white
Snacks.
community. You always up in our business, bitch. You a fan. Shut up.
You're a fan because you talking to me.
Also, Ren ain't gonna bring none to the conversation with racism.
It's okay, Ren. It's okay.
Okay, so Mr. Snacks.
Snacks, you can go be a white man.
Don't you got a BLM meeting to
I'm
go
not
to,
gonna do that.
bitch?
Don't you got a white man's black?
Don't you got a... No.
What
That's
the
why
fuck
your
are we
mom's
doing, bro?
27. Fuck out of here. Don't you got a BLM meeting to be
Yeah,
at?
my mom's 27.
Right.
Mr.
So,
Snacks, you want to listen to the?
This is younger than me. This is younger than me, dumbass.
Everybody want to hear something. Ren, all you're gonna do
Don't
is
you have a
come up here and
half-
try to
Go
be
sit on that white man's lap.
Don't you have a half-
Dead.
come up here and be racist. That's it.
Ren, don't you have a half-white
Go sit on
child?
the white man's lap.
Ren, don't
No,
you
my
have a
son is
half-white
not half
child?
white. No, my son is not. My son is not half white. But
Oh,
my son is
go ahead
not
and say it. Go ahead and
My
say it.
son is not.
Oh,
My
you
son's
a white
dad is
man?
biracial, black biracial. What the fuck do you even? Why you bring up my son, bitch?
I'm just asking.
No, this is what happens when you
Don't bring up my son. Don't worry about my son.
That's when you bring up race barriers in.
Oh.
Are people of color at a disadvantage in the United States? Go ahead, Ren. Just answer that.
Oh, stupid ass. What'd you just say?
The topic. What do you think about the topic?
I already said what I thought about the topic.
What did you say?
I'm not answering. Like, I'm not about to answer you. Like,
You ain't got. I can tell you right now. You ain't got no
Like,
fucking friends. You ain't got no fucking friends.
I don't have no friends. You literally don't have no friends. I even heard your Republican friends. I heard your Republican friends talking about your dumb ass because you just
That's what's up.
all you do is
I don't
blow off the handle. I know you don't have friends. I know you don't. I know you don't.
He's got a lot of friends. He's got a lot of friends.
Just real quick, so
I don't
I
want your
have a
friendship,
chance
bitch.
to talk. I have to do this real quick. Go ahead.
No, but what I'm saying is this is the problem. This is what happens when you bring these race baiters in here. They don't know how to have a conversation. All they know is how to be racist with their black asses. They'll never bring anything constructive to the conversation. Only thing she sees is there's a white woman up here. Let me start messing with her because I don't have anything constructive to say. So what I'll do is just call her racist and let everybody agree with me because I'm black and I'm not constructive and I have nothing to talk about. And the thing is, you can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. I've been on this app 5 years and I'm still going strong. I will pop off on you. The problem with you is the only thing you have is your race. If you wasn't black, there would be nothing interesting about you. You wouldn't have nothing to talk about. You would have nothing to argue about because only thing you have is your blackness. Your blackness is everything to you. It's like your skin is your God. And people like me who don't live that way, where we think of other things, we can have articulate conversations. All you have is blackness.
Snacks, you have never had an intelligent conversation in your damn life, and don't even sit here and act like you have. All you do is fly off the handle, call people slurs, call people homophobic slurs. You just a terrible fucking human being, and you a white man's lapdog. Like I said, you don't have to worry about what I say. I have intelligent conversations, just not with people that have pea-sized brains like you. So anyways, like the background, I said that we are at a disadvantage in America because the simple fact is it was never made to be in our advantage, period. It was only made to be in white people's advantage, and obviously that's been the way it's been since the fucking beginning of the inception of America. So if you want to know why, ask white people. And yes, I am talking about race. And what else is there to talk about in this country? If it was all equal, we wouldn't have this to talk about, but it's not. So we talk about it. And he has a thing talking about race, you fucking idiot.
If you were at a disadvantage, Ren, you wouldn't be on TikTok. That's for one. You wouldn't be able to do nothing. You wouldn't be able to have kids. You wouldn't be able to have a house. You wouldn't be able to have a job. You wouldn't be able to live in this world if you were at a disadvantage. That's for one. For two, stop playing fucking victim because of what the fuck your ancestors went through. You did not go through that. It is not PTSD for your ancestors. Please get that right. For three, you talk about my kids all the fucking time. And I wasn't talking about your kid. I was asking if your kid was half white. That's what I asked. I didn't say anything about your child. So chill the fuck out. Calm the fuck down. Stop calling people names because you're a fucking bigot. You're ignorant as fuck and you're annoying. That's it.
Well, it's sad that you deny your child's other side, which is white. That's sad. That's disgusting. Anyways, and Snacks is a very smart man. The topic. No, you guys are not disadvantaged. And you, Ren, keep holding your own people back by doing what you're doing. You do nothing but talk negative about the black community. You don't lift anybody up. You don't do anything for them other than be racist and rude and disrespectful. There's a problem and you need to learn to deal with it. Get out there and fix the problem instead of getting on these lives and talking about people and calling people racist all the time. What are you doing for your community? Are you doing anything? Are you doing anything? Because I don't think so. I'm done.
Hey, all righty. Hey, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Tommy. I'm a racist and a transphobe. I'll tell you how I know this because I'm told this every single day because I'm voting for Trump and I won't date a trans woman. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to own it. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't even give a fuck anymore. So I wanted to say that. Number two, somebody was up here talking about getting pulled over because of their skin color. I'm genuinely trying to figure out where's the statistic at that says I got pulled over because of my skin color. So if anybody can help me with that, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'm not going to jump on Ren because she already knows how I feel about her. But if you're not coming up here to have a conversation of substance, just drop down because I don't feel like hearing your mouth tonight. You can unwrap me up.
Yeah, I think we as black people, we really, like Mr. Snacks said, we focus too much on race. For me, you guys know I'm a 61-year-old black guy and probably the oldest guy on the panel. So I've seen a lot in my life and grew up in the hood and got up out of the hood. But what I'm saying is I don't place so much importance on race. To me, it's way down the line. I place importance on God, my family. Stuff like that is much more important to me, my friends, than the color of my skin. That's about as important to me as somebody's shoe size or the color of their eyes. That's what we should be focusing on. Race is not that important in the United States in 2024. 1964, you can make that argument, but not 2024.
Yeah, as usual, Chuggy's argument made no sense. He's saying that police interaction is a disadvantage for us. How so? And I wish Snacks would agree with me on this. If you have your papers in order, why would a police interaction be detrimental to you? What did you lose because of that police interaction? Are you telling me that because a police officer pulled you over, you lost your job, you lost your house, you lost your car? No, what he's saying is leave us alone to do our lawlessness, right? Don't get in the way of our lawlessness because otherwise, what does a police interaction mean to you? Sentencing. What does sentencing mean to you if you're not committing crimes? So you're saying that these people didn't do anything wrong. They were picked up from their corporate jobs, slapped on with fake charges, tried, and then sentenced. What's a disadvantage in that? Like, that makes no sense. If you weren't committing crimes in the first place, you don't care about the justice system because you don't commit crimes. So his argument just is so senseless. It just makes no sense whatsoever.
I just came up. I don't think people of color have a disadvantage here in America at all. I think you're in charge of your own life. We have more things to worry about than race. Definitely. I don't know why it's such a big thing here in America. But you know, it's America. You're free to feel how you want to feel. You're free to speak how you want to speak. But like the racism is pure dumb to me. I just don't get it. But you know, it is what it is. That's all I have to say right now.
Why don't you black people that have a problem with America here? Why don't y'all take your motherfucking asses to Zimbabwe or something? Take your ass. I bet your fucking ass will come back from Africa quick if you went over there and see how when you got it bad here. Take your fucking ass to Zimbabwe and where they over there eating cheetah chops and shit and eating dirt sandwiches and shit. I bet you'll run your black ass back to America though. Be on the first thing smoking.
Look at this white bitch up here laughing at you. You up here.
That's fucking true.
You a fucking lapdog.
To Zimbabwe,
you're embarrassment to black people. You're an embarrassment.
You're the problem, Randy. You're the problem for the black community.
Shut up.
You are the problem for the black community. You do nothing
you need
for
to
the
worry
black
about
community.
your community, you bitch. You need to worry about your
are
community.
such a
and stop worrying
victim.
about ours. All you do
just
is worry
cry
about
me
other
a
people's
fucking
community.
river.
Worry about your own community. You mad because nobody likes your ugly ass. Shut up.
A lot of
Your
people
fucking
like
face
me,
looks like
bitch.
sandpaper.
I'm not
Shut up.
ugly.
Shut
I'm
up.
far
I have
from
a-
Shut
ugly.
up. You fat
I'm
ugly.
far
Yeah, you
from
are
ugly.
I have a
You
question.
are
You
far
ain't
from
never
cute.
gonna be able to say
You
to
are
me,
far
I
from
ain't
cute.
ugly,
You are
bitch.
far from cute.
So hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second.
No, I'm not cute. I'm fucking
You are
sexy
wasting air.
and I'm hot.
Stop
That's what I
Stop
am,
smoking
bitch.
cigarettes. You sound like you
This
smoke
is the
about 3
host.
packs a day. Stop
This is
smoking.
the host. Hold on.
Nobody will shut up, bitch.
Moth King 64. Hello, my friend.
Racist asshole.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something, Moth King.
Yes, I have a question for Ren because
No, you don't.
I don't mean this in a hostile way. So when you say that black people in America are at a disadvantage, which I don't agree with, do you mean that you equate your disadvantages to your blackness?
Ooh, love that question.
Burn.
She gonna come off mute.
I didn't even hear anything you just said.
You heard that
Okay.
shit. You heard that shit.
You heard every fucking word. Stop lying.
No, repeat the question again, Moth. That was a very good.
God. No, the fuck, lady, my boss. Why don't you mind your fucking business? I'm so sick and tired of your ass. Like, girl, you are.
No, don't reflect on the lady mob boss. You heard the question.
Snacks, I'm not talking to your bitch ass either.
Ask again, Mob. Shut up.
Don't you got somebody's fucking boost to shine, bitch? Don't you got some boost to shine? Get to shining them.
Listen, so
ooh, that
Don't
really
you have
hurts.
some kids
Ooh, that
to
hurts.
take care of, bitch?
I'm
Go
asking.
take care of your kids.
I'm
I got one
asking.
fucking kid, bitch, and you don't be talking about my fucking kid. I got one fucking kid and he well taken care of. Unlike your fucking
Go
sponsor
take care of him
Your
now.
little
And
sponsor
make sure
say,
you tell
fuck
him. Make sure you tell him he's half white too, bitch.
Your
Lady
little
Mob's
sponsor say, "Don't burn him just like you."
No, I want to hear. I want to hear the question. I want to hear the
He
question.
needs to answer the question. I'm asking
King, hey,
Kids
King
gonna
Osa,
fry
you
in
need
hell
to
just
take
like
care
you
of
did.
this
In the
line.
sun.
They're gonna take it down.
Fuck you, you
You need
stupid
to
hoe.
control your live, King Osa. They're gonna take it down, man.
Nah, well, you know
I'm
what?
sick of this bitch. I'm so
Here's the thing. If they take it down, then they